Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome to the March 2nd, 2023 Katy Lions Club and Foundation Community Night. Tonight we have Josh Singleton from the Neighborhood Garden Project. That's what that's called. It's on the computer screen right in front of me. So if I can't figure it out, we got something wrong with me. And then we also have, later on in the day, we have a trainer who is specialized in working with inclusivity, equity, and being an ally to talk to us about how we can be better neighbors for the community. I just want to let everyone know, if you're going to be live streaming this event, that portion is not going to be available on live stream. We are only having that portion of this evening. We're calling it an in-service, and it will not be live streamed. It's only going to be available to the couple of dozen people who are in the room. The reason we're doing that is because of the nature of what the conversation is. We want to make sure that everyone who's here has the ability to safely, authentically be themselves, ask the questions that they may or may not know the answers to, without being worried that that their questions are going to be recorded, live streamed, and then maybe used against them. I have a lawyer in the audience, so hello. Anyway, so that's why you won't see that portion of the evening live stream if you're watching it or catching it later. Just real quick, the Lions Club, my name is David Green. I am the president here. I have Lydia Osuna. She's my vice president. We now only have one vice president as a result of last month's Constitution and Bylaws Amendment. Yes, success for me. We also have Sue Green, my treasurer, also my mother, and I love her because she tells me no. I swear, that is one of the main reasons why she's such an amazing person and she's such an asset on our board of directors. I have this really bad habit of saying yes to everything, which makes me a great president, but a really bad steward of the books. So she tells me no, and it's great. And then we also have Maddie Thigpen in the back. She is our secretary, and she's also this year's parliamentarian. So she gets to tell me yes all the time. Every time I want to do something, she gets to tell me yes. So I have a no and a yes, and then Lydia's the one that balances me out. Anyway, so the Lions Club, we are an all-volunteer service organization. We've been around since 1972, and our purpose is to serve Katy and the surrounding community. So whether that's our vision assistance, whether that's our work in with food drives and ending hunger, whether that's sending kids with type 1 diabetes or special needs to the Texas Lions Camp up in Kerrville. Whether that's any of the 100 or so other things that we do in the community. Whether that's the Prevent Blindness state training that we're doing March 20th, go to our website, katylions.org, and sign up for that if you have it. It's free. All of that stuff that we do. Because we're running a little bit behind schedule, I'm going to go ahead and skip the things that I normally would do, and instead I'm going to introduce Josh Singleton, who is the Executive Director, President. What title do you like? He's the big cheese of the Neighborhood Garden Project. He's going to get to talk for about 20 minutes. Then we're going to have a 5-minute break, and while that 5-minute break is happening, Al Green, who is our education chairperson and the Leo advisor, is going to come up and talk about his journey of service. And then we're going to segue into Latanya's presentation. So without further ado, Josh.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to come and speak. It really is a privilege. And so I'm the founder of the Neighborhood Garden Project. It was established last April. So it's a fairly new nonprofit in Katy. So we have two components to the garden. One is the community garden, where we have families grow food. And then the other portion is donation plots, where we grow food to donate. So this is an update picture. It's kind of hard to see, but the top plots, those are 44 plots.
I got you.
Okay. Those top 44 plots, those are the ones, they're 3 by 16, and the food that's, the other one.
The other one. The other one.
The other one.
Still one more.
One more.
It's probably up.
And then the bottom section,
There
there we
you
go.
go. There you go.
The bottom section, those are for families. And then the little square plots are for kids, families who have kids. The kids can grow their own produce or flowers. So building bridges in the community. So on the left we have a Latter-day Saints church, and on the right we have St. Paul's Episcopal Church, who we have partnered with. And so we've had folks come from the Mormon church and from the Episcopal Church to the garden. They've never crossed the bushes to come to the Episcopal Church, but if you put a garden between them, it will attract them. And so another partnership we have is with Hutzel. They're just right outside the picture. They're across the street on Franz. We have, so these 7 kids, they come, if they see my truck, they come running, right? And so I'm building bridges with afternoon snacks, okay? So we've got radishes, turnips, and carrots right now. And they come running, and they're excited to try them. They're excited to eat them and take them home. And so our foundation of the project is to grow people. Okay, and so where produce grows and where people grow, that becomes the garden. And so it's real simple, real easy to build relationships over food and where food grows. This is a close-up of one of our 3x16 beds. This is a Napa cabbage. It's 10 inches tall, the beds are, and we put cardboard down and we filled it with compost, and we have a drip irrigation. All on timers, made it really easy for people to engage the garden and to learn how to grow. All right, just something real interactive here. I got a couple pictures of seeds, if you can identify the seed. No.
Walnut?
No. Cilantro.
Wow.
All right.
Avocado. Blueberry. Blueberry.
Okra.
Okra.
Wow.
How do you write these names?
How many gardeners do we have in here? Anybody?
Nothing recently.
Radish.
Radish.
I'm gonna roll through these here.
Obviously, you've done very large ramifications.
Mustard.
Beets.
Okay, I need to be
Oh,
very
my
honest.
gosh.
I've never grown these from seeds.
Sunflower.
No. These are really small.
Oh,
Carrots.
Hey, zanahoria.
Really small.
Mustard seed.
Close. Same family. Broccoli.
Wow.
Squash.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
This is a flower.
No.
Nasturtiums.
Marigolds.
Nasturtiums.
No, Miss Miracles are long and skinny.
Cauliflower.
Peppers.
Pepper.
Oh, hot pepper.
We like to spit these. Come on.
Watermelon.
There we go. Watermelon.
Cantaloupe.
Pumpkin.
Close. Cucumber.
Plantain. Honeydew.
Oh, cucumber.
How is cantaloupe supposed to?
Last one. It's in the same family. Last one.
Is that black sunflower?
No, they're really small.
Oh. No good.
Onions.
Onion.
All right. So I showed you all those to show you how different every seed is, right? Every variety has its own seed, unique across the board. Okay? And so look into nature to show us how to grow people. Right? So just like every seed is different, every person is different, but uniquely different and uniquely awesome, right? And so what's inside every seed is unique DNA, full of potential, the ability to produce fruit, which have more seeds, and seed after its own kind. Okay? We all know what this is, right? An acorn. What's inside an acorn? A tree. Right? This is angel oak. It's in, I believe, in South Carolina. It's 65 feet tall, circumference of 25 feet, covers shades 17,000 square feet, and it's 1,500 years old.
Wow.
It's a host of 2,300 species, 38 birds, 229 bryophytes, 108 fungi, you name it, right? 31 mammals, and even people. We go to it for the shade and for the beauty. So an average 100-year-old oak tree will produce 2,200 acorns every year. Right, this is 1,500 years old. You can imagine how many trees it has produced.
Or how many squirrels it's fed?
Yeah. So all the DNA and potential is locked into the seed, right? So that seed never gets placed into its right soil. It never produces. What kind of seeds are these? Close. Same family.
Watermelon.
Tomatoes. Okay. So before we ever get to the seed companies give us a packet with all the information on it before you even open it. Right, but we like to open it, throw away the packet. We want the seeds because we want the tomatoes, what they promised. Right? And then even when you open it, you still don't have access to the seeds
Right.
because they still want you to learn about the product. Right? What a tomato produces, okay, so an average tomato produces 225 seeds, which is 4,050 seeds per plant. And if all those were to be replanted, it's 16 million tomato plants per plant. Right? And then not only all the health benefits, right? Vitamin C, potassium, vitamin K1, folate. But this will never happen unless the tomato seed is sown into the soil with knowledge. Right? We'll never get the fruit. If we plant it in December, we'll never get the fruit. So how does the garden grow people? So these are my two boys. The oldest is Lang, the youngest is Judah. Right? And so nature tells me a seed is finished. Right? All the DNA, all the potential, all the character, all the personality is locked into the seed. And when they came on the scene, they were finished. Right? So as a parent, I get to stand around them, and they are revealing to me who they are. And so if nature tells me they're finished, each day that goes on and as they grow, right, I give them the right water, I give them the right amount of sun, the right amount of food, and they will begin to show me their fruit. Right? And as a parent, I'm responsible for not only getting them into their purpose, right, but that they produce fruit that the world needs. And I believe the world will make room for their fruit. So prior to them coming onto the scene, I was nervous about being a parent, right? I was like, I'm not ready to steward another life, let alone two lives. But as soon as I learned about gardening and things are finished, it's like, oh, let me step aside and make room for these two individuals to come into the world and fulfill their purpose. And so the benefits of gardening: grow food, aesthetics, economics, nutrition, physical health, mental health, therapy, recreation, share with others, fulfill spiritual needs, work the soil, learn new things, challenge ourselves, competition, creative output, need to nurture, exercise dominion, commune with nature, reestablish the created order, opportunities to socialize, and build community. And so I've been gardening for 21 years. And it was at the beginning of last year that God asked me, are you ready to grow people? You know how to grow food. Are you ready to grow people? And so I quit my job to start this project. And so I'm committed, really committing the rest of my life to grow people and to, have multiple locations for this to happen, to raise up garden managers that sow into people, and to carry on the project. So that's the Neighborhood Garden Project. Any questions? So feel free to, the address is on the back of the card. I think everybody's got one. Feel free to stop by, text me. My number's on there if you want a tour, if you want to eat some produce, if you want to hang out. It doesn't really matter. I'll do any of it.
What's your next step?
Next step is the slide that has, we still have 20 boxes to build to add 10 more families. We have the capacity for 30 families. And then potentially looking at a second location. Yeah.
And what do you need right now?
Any nonprofit needs financial help, but we want people who are committed to growing people. And so also really just spreading the word. I think that's the biggest form of free advertisement, is spreading the word. And we've seen a lot of progress with that. So when we set up the project, most community gardens fail because they're volunteer ran by a church, right? So you get 4 individuals that want to do it. It falls on one, and then the garden collapses, right? So we set it up as a nonprofit. One, we can pull funding that churches can't pull, but also we are designated a committed person, one person, to the project to manage the 44 plots, regardless of who shows up. But then also, be an educator for the families that partake. So that's how we're kind of distinguishing ourselves from other community gardens is we want to see it through regardless of the weather, regardless of harvest or no harvest. So
Those are, I think those are my questions for now.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention, you know, I went out to see this garden. It's really, really nice. I've been to gardens, and some gardens you look at them and go, oh, really? But this is really, really well put together. Everything looks very neat. It looks like it's been tended to. The plants look very, very healthy. So it is a very nice, really nice garden. I was impressed, and I did. I was impressed with this garden because it's very kept up, very nice. The boxes look good. So, congratulations to you. You did a great job.
Oh, in that case, thank you.
yes.
So, want to share with everyone, we are, let me just step over here. So last year, was it July?
I think it was in August.
July, August, whatever. So we made the decision last calendar year, so right at the beginning of our fiscal year this year, because we operate July 1st to June 30th, to make a $1,000 commitment to get the garden up and running, and we did that. Starting in July, we are going to have a dedicated person to actually be liaison with the community garden. Now, we haven't worked out what that looks like yet. We haven't worked out how that's going to work yet. But I'm going to be sending an email out to all of our members to share that we are looking to take on a more proactive, I don't want to say aggressive because that has negative connotations, but it's me, so let's go with it. Anyway, but we want to be more involved because after all, this location, his pilot location is right in the heart of Old Katy. And I know you're looking for some new locations as well, and I've got a couple ideas to share with you. And I also want to introduce you to a business owner who may be able to help you with that.
He's also very well dressed.
Who's also very well dressed, exactly. Okay, so with that, but anyway, so that's going to be some information that's going to be coming up in the very near future. I can disconnect these for you if you want, or you can disconnect them, whatever, or you can just leave them in place for now. I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever. Anyway, you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So we're actually a couple of minutes ahead of schedule. Thank you so much for being quicker than I expected you. That really love that. So we're going to take a couple of minutes if y'all have to use the restrooms. Keegan is over. Keegan, stand up for me. Yeah, Keegan is going to be coming around to each and every one of you, and she's going to be selling you Girl Scout cookies. And if you don't have any money on hand right now, Keegan's going to tell you how you can still pay her or what you can do. Girl Scout cookies are magical, and the reason I have no problem standing up here in my Lions Club shirt at a Lions Club meeting promoting the Girl Scouts is because, and Keegan can tell you this as well, Girl Scouts actually are a transformative organization that support the community. So they are in no way contrary to our mission. They're very complementary to our mission, which is why I actually asked that she come out and try to raise some money to support the community. So,
and the money's raised, stay in Katy.
right, exactly, and all that profit comes into Katy, stays in Katy. So get some cookies, get some calories, and if you don't want to eat them yourself, you can go ahead and donate them, and she's going to tell you what you can donate them to. But yes, take a couple of minutes. Keegan, do your thing, and I'm going to start disconnecting things. You are the next connection.
You need the cord.
She has her own.
Okay.
Oh, I actually don't have one of those. Can I have one? Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's your job to sell them. No, it's the problem. But I have to admit, when I first went there, it was not above my grade.
Hi.
I mean, like 3 Sundays in a row, no one even said hello. It's just, you know, I was, that's just so but I was like, you know, here's that I wanted to say something.
After this, I have the under that.
I'm sorry, no thanks.
All right. So while Keegan is selling her Girl Scout cookies, and before Latanya, right? Yes. And before Latanya gets started, I am dragging up Al Green, who is my education chair and also the the primary Leo advisor for this year, to talk about his journey of service and how he came to where he is now in this fantastically dressed suit. So, Al, come on up.
Oh, that's not the jacket.
Whatever. He looks so much better than I
feel
do.
like putting the jacket on
Just be
y'all
careful with your
family. I just probably need to do that. Okay. Hello, everyone. Give me a second.
He wrote a script. Oh my goodness.
No, I didn't write a script.
You know you only get 3 to 4 minutes,
I
right?
have bulletin points
Oh, okay.
and a timer.
And a timer. I love it.
Hello, everyone. How you guys are doing? My name is Alvin Ray Green II. They call me Lil Al in my family. You guys are welcome to call me that, but everyone knows me as Al Green. That's just the name I've been going by for the last 20 plus years, so it's kind of stuck with me. Not that I didn't want to be called Alvin, but you know, Al, short for Alvin, so I went with it, right? Then I found out who Al Green was when I was 21, and yeah, the rest is history. So my journey in service, it was St. Andrew's Methodist Episcopal Church off of 6235 Maybell Street in Houston, Texas, 77091. Troop 448, be a leader, be a friend, be of service. And from there, the rest is history with my life. I did service at the church. When I got to college, I pledged Alpha Phi Omega, be a leader, be a friend, be of service, a social service organization, which we're about 850,000 members deep. You've ever heard of APO? That's us. We're a co-ed organization, and so we're nationwide. Hey, good to meet you. So once again, one of the family members in the audience. So that's just my journey through service, and so I've started Katy Lions basketball team, which is a nonprofit for youth in the area. I'm a UIO referee, and so I started refereeing basketball games in the city of Katy, and I saw these kids on the wall. One kid scored 50 points, one kid had 20 triple doubles in a season, all these different accolades, but their complaint was they had nowhere to go and exercise their talents, for lack of terms. And so what I did was, let me start a facility where they can go and someone can encourage them to get to that next level of their Christian education as well as their basketball skills. So I then started 9010 Sports Academy. And so it's more my way of giving back to the community, which is Katy, Texas now. I'm from Acres Home, Texas, and it's just where I'm from. And when you come where I'm from, you have no choice but to serve. And so I decided, let me give back to my community, which is Katy. Thanks to David, my cousin Green, with the extra E. Now I'm part of the Katy Lions Club. And so it made sense for me to be here today to introduce myself and let you guys know what I have going on and welcome you guys into my circle of events and things I have going on so we can help each other. Once again, thank you.
Thank you.